Hey everyone, Dave Ganderos here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is here to show you ways to generate streams of income, create wealth, attain the goals that you're interested in. And if you like the content, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing the videos. Let's grow the subscriber base. Once we hit the 2,000 subscriber base goal, we're going to be doing a giveaway, and there'll be future giveaways to grow this channel even further. So please consider subscribing. Look under the video description for timestamps for video points of interest, different coins. If you don't have time to watch the whole video, that's a good way to jump ahead to the specific content that you're interested in. And like I said, comment and share the information with others so that we can grow this community. All right, so let's get into the next set of charts. All right, so we have Cardano here, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink. So let's just go through each one of these, see where we are, see if anything has changed, and just give a new update on what things can be occurring, what you should be looking out to, and how you should approach some of these things if you are looking to do a trade. All right, so we're on the day. Oh, already I'm messing up. All right, so we're on the daily here. You could see at the high level we're still within this falling wedge. Let's drive down a little bit more resolution here. You can see it kind of broke out of here, but I would suggest, since there's no volume, that maybe this trend line has to be tweaked a little bit, and maybe it's more representative of having it something like that instead right now. In fact, you know, if you want to really get it right, you might want to even avoid this bigger down, this major candle here, and just go with this wedge pattern that's showing up, because it's touching a lot here. You know, there's a good 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 touches here. So this is a pretty good trend line to follow. Again, same thing here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 touches. We are in the the 0.65 range, which is, I don't have it labeled here, but this is the DCA trade entry area. So this is where you'd want to be building a position into a trade if you believe ADA is going to do another push higher. So, we have all these squiggly lines here, which I'll eliminate, but basically what this is saying is wait for the breakout, bring your stop loss to break even, and then as the trade plays out, continue to bring up your stop loss to lock in a guaranteed profit. That's really what I'm trying to say here with this stuff. And I showed that in my last video, so I'm just going to clean up the chart and get rid of that. It's a standard conversation or discussion I kind of share with you on every video. So this is where, the price targets are still the same. Nothing has really changed. Really, it's just getting to a point where there's going to be a decision made here, and you want to look for the volume. If it breaks out, if the volume peaks above, somewhere, this seems to be kind of like the average. So if it goes above that line, like it did here, I don't know, that's a candle. Somewhere up in here. Oh, where? I do this on the wrong thing. Oh, this is on the chart. This is not on the volume. So when I move the chart, this is going to move. That's funny. All right. Anyway, basically you want to see volume higher than this level. If you start seeing something like this volume peak, or this volume peak, or even these up here, those are good indicators that it's a true breakout. So that's what you're looking for. Get rid of this. Clean up the chart a little bit. All right, that's where we are. It's headed down, 0.167 basically. Let's see if it holds the line here. It's wicked down a little bit here, but again, if it starts continuing lower, then we might start seeing some of these downside projections that we've talked about in the past. So let's see what happens. We could always come back to this tomorrow, but wait for the breakout, look for volume, and do proper risk management. Okay. All right. So this is Bitcoin. It's still staying within the triangle, still staying within the extended pitchfork. So again, we're still kind of just waiting for something to happen here, waiting for the break up or the breakdown, and we've kind of shown a couple levels of targets on the downside and targets on the upside. So the breakout of this wedge triangle pattern is what you're waiting for. So really nothing else to say here other than, it does seem to be following this upward pitchfork, which hopefully we'll see some momentum coming in and we'll break on the upside. I really don't want to see it break down, but you gotta play both sides and you gotta be ready for both sides. I mean, it's come down to 55. 54 is a pretty strong level. So, as it's coming down here, again, it might offer the opportunity, if you don't have any positions in Bitcoin, it might offer you the opportunity to get, start cost averaging in a little bit. Don't go crazy, don't go all in on one buy, but start averaging in here. All right, so that's really it. There's nothing really to say about Bitcoin. Ethereum, we're kind of in the same boat here. We're still managing to follow this upward trend line of this triangle pattern. There's a little mini triangle pattern happening within this triangle pattern. So there's patterns upon patterns upon patterns here. We got the big triangle. Then we got here, let's just back out. Let's see. We got this big triangle, and then we got this downward facing wedge. And even within here, we got the pitchfork and this trend line here. There's multiple levels of fractals happening here. But good news is it still seems to be following. I mean, right now it's pushing down a little bit, but it still seems to be following this pitchfork. I'm not sure if it's going to follow this triangle pattern, but if it doesn't follow this triangle pattern, it's still within this triangle pattern. And really the key decision point, if it follows this pitchfork higher, is going to be here, where either it's got to decide if it's going to continue higher on the pitchfork or if it's going to stay within this wedge. So let's just kind of monitor it. We can kind of clear up some of the noise if you go to the higher time frame. And you can kind of still just see. I mean, I took it off the pattern because I didn't think it was going to play out, but it's still here. I mean, it's still possible that we have a head and shoulder here. I mean, until we break higher above here, it could still be the case that, we have this head and shoulder. I really thought once we got up here we were going to continue higher, but now that it's come back down, this is still a possible target, on the downside. I hate to see it happen, but we have to keep that in mind. So even though I removed it, I'm going to put it back because I really thought, we broke above that peak and we made a new peak here. I mean, we were pushing higher, so I thought the breakout was going to happen here. And the fact that it hasn't and it's come back down, you could obviously see a left and right shoulder happening here with the head up here. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we could break above one of these shoulder peaks and go higher here, and that would require a breakout of this downward facing wedge. Then we could take this back off the pattern. But I'm bringing it back on because I guess I kind of acted too fast. I really thought we were going to keep pushing higher here, and it didn't happen. And it just kind of tanked. So it created a nice right shoulder. If you want to use the pattern here, you could do head and shoulder pattern. Kind of just draw it out so you could see it visually. Yeah, it's gonna, in order for it to happen, it's got to come down here. So you're looking at like a 1730. If it comes back down and breaks past there, then this pattern is in play. Still hoping that this other pattern plays out and the D pushes up to 2100, but more and more, as more and more time goes by here and we're not seeing it push up, this pattern's going to get it's not going to play out. You're just going to have to delete it. It was something that could happen, but it ended up not happening. So let's leave it here until the next video. If it doesn't push higher and it doesn't start coming up in these areas, then we have to eliminate this pattern. This pattern's, didn't happen. But it was just a way of figuring out where price could go on the upside based on this incomplete pattern. All right, so that's it for Ethereum. We're still kind of waiting for either the breakout up here, or break down. You got to take the base of these triangles to figure out the targets. We got some here, got some here. So this is going to be the point of no return, which is basically the 25th of March, which is like Thursday. By Thursday, we'll see truly if it's just going to go sideways here or follow this. We'll see a hard decision here on like Thursday. All right, that's it for Ethereum. Let's move on to Chainlink. Chainlink, absolutely nothing happening. It's staying within the pattern. We got the upward side, we got the downward side. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. The only other thing we could do here, but we don't have on here, is we could put a pitchfork from here to here. Maybe take off the extension for now until we know we need it. And just kind of see where it goes. That seems to be a pretty good one. It's touching, it's cutting one, and oh no, it's not touching the other ones yet. Let's take off the magnet. Alright, so something like that. It's touching 1, 2, 3, 4. It's right now it's wicking down through here. Let's see if this pitchfork helps. Again, if we go with the pitchfork idea, the decision point with the pitchfork and the pattern is going to occur over here, where they cross. Price action's got to decide which way it's going to go. Is it going to follow it up, or is it going to continue following this trend line down? And just because this pattern is here doesn't mean that it has to break up or down. It could just continue following it, and then we just have to continue tweaking this for what price action's showing us. Right now, this is what I see based on, these wicks and these touches. It seems to be that, you can get tighter here if you really want to. But this is a good, because you got touch there, you got a cross here, you got a cross here, got a cross here, you got a cross here, you got a cross here. Here it didn't touch, but I don't want to go, this is in action right now, so I don't know what's happening here, so I'm just going to leave it like this until we see. When we come back and we take a look at this again, we could see what's happening here. So that's it. You're still waiting for a break up or a break down. Remember to do proper risk management. Consider scaling out of your trades based on previous all-time highs and peaks, previous lows and pivots, pattern targets. These are all the areas of things you consider to get out and just continue moving up your stop losses. Once we see a breakout, we could kind of come back and analyze where else it can go after it hits the pattern target. We could take a step back and look at the bigger picture, bigger picture on where things can go. Let's get rid of this. Let's clean this up a little bit. Alright, so that's where we are. The green are the positive side, reds are the downside, and let's see if it stays within the pitchfork and where it breaks out of the pattern. Alright, so that's it for LinkedIn. Chainlink. Alright, so that's it, guys. Like I said in the past, consider subscribing to the channel. There's going to be a giveaway once the channel hits 2,000 members. There'll be ongoing giveaways after that, but that's our first goal. We have to have a goal, so that's our first goal, to get to 2,000, and we'll decide what the next level should be for the next giveaway. All right, so again, this is the updates. Just kind of wait for the breakout, wait for the for the price action to show what it's going to do. Look for volume, and then take your trades. Use proper risk management. Move up your stop losses. Consider scaling out just like you're scaling in, and DCA in and DCA out. Don't get greedy. Take the profits, run with it, and wait for the next trade. All right, guys, take care.